Hello, my name is Sally, and today I would like to introduce you to Look Fabulous Forever's refillable translucent finishing powder, especially designed for older faces. So the powder, as you can see, is a pressed powder, and it comes in a beautiful compact which is refillable. So when you've finished, you can just keep the compact and take out the old powder and put in a new refill. It's got a lovely mirror in it as well. Why a translucent powder? I think a lot of ladies are worried about using a powder when they get older and you get a few more lines and wrinkles. But a powder is a really good addition to your makeup. So our powder is really, really finely milled. And because it's translucent, it doesn't add an extra colour to your foundation. What it does is just finishes it, smooths it, blurs it and sets it and holds it in place. It's great if you get a little bit of extra shine, which can happen throughout the day, particularly if you get hot. So it's a fantastic product for just keeping makeup in place. And I like to apply it in two different ways. When I have finished my foundation, my concealer, my blusher, etc., I like to just finish everything off with a sweep of powder. And what I like to do is to use my powder brush number 1 to do that with. So I literally will take a sweep of powder when I finish my makeup and just dust everything all over to hold it in place. That's all you need. It's not like the powders of the past where if you put a bit of powder on, it looked cakey and it sat in fine lines. This is such a fine powder that you will not know that you were wearing it. It doesn't look like you're wearing powder, but it just reduces shininess and keeps your makeup in place all day and sets it. So that's the first way of using it, literally as a finishing powder. But the other really useful way that I use this is when I have applied concealer. So Look Fabulous Forever have a beautiful cover to cover creamy concealer. And I wear this in various places. So this is the concealer. I like to put it underneath my eyes. I cover little sunspots and pigmentation. And when I've put my concealer on, because it's creamy, it actually goes better when you set it in place with the translucent powder. So if I put my concealer on, so in here or here or here, what I like to do is take some of my beautiful powder, but I use this time a smaller brush. So I'm using my eyeshadow brush number 7 to take a little bit of the powder up and just put it where I have concealed, just around my eyes, or if I've put a little bit here or here around my nose, you can sort of pinpoint the area where you have put a little bit of concealer on after putting your foundation on, and it will just hold that concealer in place all day. If I'm going to be wearing bronzer, I also think it's a really nice idea to use a little bit of powder before putting bronzer on. Because sometimes if you put bronzer onto a skin that hasn't had any powder on, the bronzer can grab onto the skin. So I will use a sweep of my powder, particularly on my neck area. If I'm going to put bronzer on my neck, put a little bit of powder on the neck first, then use your bronzer. So I hope you found that useful, and I hope you enjoy using Look Fabulous Forever's beautiful, refillable, translucent finishing powder. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.